Hello guys, welcome to my tutorial on how to create a wireless and wired network. So let's create the network. To create the network we have to select the end devices first. In that case that are those are the PCs. So let's put the PCs here. Okay, so the PCs are here. So now I'm going to attach those PC with a switch, and this portion will have the wireless capability, and this portion will have the wired connection. So let's symbolize those two portion by a square. Let's select another color. Okay, so I'm going to name them so that it is easy to understand. So it's let's say it's EC department. Let's say it's CAC department. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'll set the router, and in that case I'm going to use the 1841 model because this router is easy to configure. And when I'm going to open the router and see this two black portion, okay, this two black portion has no port there, so you have to put the port, and for put those port on those black portion you have to make sure the connection is off. That means the router is off. So I have put the Ethernet and the other ports here. So let's on the router and keep it like that. So this portion will have the wireless capability and this portion will have the wire connection. So for the wire connection I'm going to use a switch. So let's put the switch here. Okay, and for this portion, for the wireless portion, I am going to use a access point. Okay, so let's connect them together. For the connection I am going to use the copper cable here. So let's connect them together first. And they will not be connected, right? They will be they will have the wireless capability, so I will not put wire to them, but I have to connect the access point to the switch using a wire, and I have to also connect the switch to the router. Okay, so as you can see that those lights are green, that means the connection is established. Those are red, but they will be soon they will be green, that means all connection are established. But I didn't put any IP or I didn't configure any of these devices. So let's configure the router first. In that case you have to keep in mind that the router will have the first IP address of a network. So you have to put this one, and in that case I am going to use a class C IP address. Yeah, you are welcome to use any of the IP address like class B, C, or the D is for the IP version 6, so I'm not going to use the D. So I have assigned the IP address for the router. So now what I'm going to do, as you can see that all the lights are green, that means the connection is established. But what I'm going to do, I'll configure the access point first. So let's configure the access point, and for configuring the access point you have to go to the port 0 and make sure everything is checked, and you have to go to the port 1 and name your Wi-Fi like whatever you want. In that case I'm going to name it like that, and give a password so that nobody can access to your network without knowing the password. And make sure the password is 10 character long, otherwise it will not work. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Okay, so the password is set for the access point. Now I have to configure those 3 PC. Actually by default the PC don't have the wireless capability, right? So I have to make sure that they have the wireless capability. For the PC to have the wireless capability, you have to do some trick here. You have to make sure the PC is off first, and there is the LAN port. You have to remove the LAN port and put this port on instead of the LAN port, because this port gives the PC 2.4 gigahertz wireless capability. I'll do the same. After doing that, you have to on the PC, and I'll do the same for the rest of the two. Okay, so those 3 PC has the wireless capability, but they are not connected to the access point. So to connect to this access point, they actually have to have the password configured here, and for that I have to go to the PC wireless and click on the connect and hit refresh until you get the name here. So I got the name already, so give the password and click on connect. So you can see that this is connected via wireless to the access point. That means the connection is established, but it will not work unless you give the IP. So we are going to use the static IP, as we are not set up any DHCP server here. So we have to set the IP static. So let's give the IP for this PC. So for default gateway under a same router, the default gateway will be the same, and it will be the IP address of the router for all the devices that is connected to that router. I'll do the same for this one. Click on static, give it a unique IP address, click on the subnet mask and give the default gateway, and of course the default gateway will be the IP address of the router, and you can see that the connection is established, so it's working. So let's hit refresh. Okay, give the password, hit connect. It's connected. Go to the IP configuration, click on static, give it a unique IP address and give the default gateway for this one, and that is connected to the access point also. So in that point, if I can check whether this PC is connected to the router or not, let's check this quickly. So I have to ping to the IP address of the router to check the router is connected to the PC2. So let's see that. yes, we are getting the response from the router. That means the PC2 is connected to the router. So this portion is done, so I have to do the EC department portion, that is connected by a wire through the switch to the router. So I have to configure those PC, but they already has that by default. They already has the LAN capability. I don't have to configure any physical device. I don't have to put any physical device here. I have to just configure the IP address for those PC, and the IP address will also have will be must be a unique IP address, and then and the default gateway will be the same as they are under a same router. Let's do the same for this PC. Okay, so they're all configured. Now what I am going to see that whether this PC2 can connect to the PC5. Let's see, because the PC5 has the IP address of 192.168.1 and 100. So let's see whether the PC2 can ping to the IP address of PC5. Yes, we are actually getting the response. So sorry about that, we are getting the response. That means they are connected. So let's see it on simulation. Before we go to the simulation, let's see whether in real time they are getting the success status here. So I am going to send a message from PC2 to PC3, and it's the status is successful. That means the message is delivered properly. So let's see it on simulation. I'm going to send the message from PC2 to PC4. Let's capture. So the status is in progress, right? Still the status is in progress. Okay, the status is now successful. That means we successfully send our message to PC2 to PC5 or PC4. You can play around it if you like. So see you on my next tutorial. Goodbye for today.